back to International Scale Modeller. I'm Lee. This is May's news show. First off, I must apologise, there wasn't a news show last month. Just ever so busy, life got very hectic, not Paul's fault, all my fault, but I really just did not have time to record and edit. I spent a whole day editing a video, so my apologies about that, but we're here now. May update, we've got all the normal stuff about forum updates, GBs and SiGs, ultimate news, Paul's current build update, the prize winners for March and April, because we've got 2 draws, obviously because we didn't do a show last month, what prizes are in our free prize draw this month, and some reviews. You've got some FORMcard, which is an amazing stuff, I absolutely love it, and Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. So I think without further ado, we'll go over to Ultimate News. Okay, so Ultimate News, we have some good news this month. We've got something in that we've just started selling, which is called FORMcard, this stuff here. Now, I saw this as a Kickstarter product, fell in love with it. I could just see the endless applications of it and everything. We do sell it obviously on the Ultimate website, but this isn't the reason why I got it. I got it because I bought loads of packets of it. I was so interested in it and found so many different applications for it that I think it slotted into the world of modelling perfectly well. We've got a review of it coming up a little bit later, so that will go tell you a little bit more about it. But it is fantastic stuff. You really do need to grab yourself. Everyone needs to have one of these in their drawer. It's just fantastic emergency gear. It really is Bear Grylls level stuff. We've then got 3 new minions coming in from Retro Kit in about a week's time, week to 10 days time. We'll have 3 new minions in there. They look very good, including the steampunk one looks fantastic. We've got other Ultimate News is we've got 4 new retailers around the globe that have come on board stocking Ultimate stuff. First off, we've got one of the biggest ones is we've got a new stockist in Australia. Now, we used to have B&A Model World, but they had took a big order, and then we haven't heard from them since. I think it's just, you know, shipping and things like that. It's an absolute nightmare for Australia. But we have got Creative Models Australia on board now, and they are stocking our full range of everything. The thinners and cleaners I think they're going to have in a little while, but they've got everything else for the time being. The Glenn, who's the owner of Creative Models, is a fantastic guy, really nice. And if you're in Australia, I say go and check them out. Excuse me, something's flying on my nose. I'd say definitely go and check them out. It's Creative Models Australia.au. I'll flash the web address up here and everything. Go and check them out. Fantastic guys, and they really do the circuit, the model club circuit in Australia as well. They tend to go to a lot of the shows around Australia, so definitely worth checking them out. Please go and do that. They're good guys. We've also got Alpha Hobby in Sweden. Again, they're stocking the full range. I think we've got 2 retailers in Sweden now. Alpha Hobby is the newest one. Again, nice guys there. Johan, who owns the property, owns the company, really nice guy, and good stock levels as well for everything else that you want modelling as well. We've also got Facebook on board, Veteranus, Nikki from Veteranus Facebook group. She stocks UMP now as well, which is great stuff. And also we've got Veteranus, yeah, I've done yeah, Nikki's great Facebook group. If you're on Facebook a lot and you buy a lot of kits from Facebook, it's very trustworthy, is Nikki, very helpful as well, so to all our clients. We've also got aircraft.net, who's stocking all our thinner and cleaner and primers. They're looking to bolster up that with the rest of the range a little bit later on, but because they're kind of a niche seller for airbrushes and air stuff and things like that, they're just having the thinner and cleaner and primers at the moment. So if you're buying some airbrushes or airbrush equipment, go to aircraft.net, and you can also pick up some UMP stuff while you're there as well. Again, Martin's a really helpful guy, and he's very easy to deal with. He's more than happy to answer all your questions and everything as well. We are currently in talks as well, a bit more Ultimate News, for a new product for the company, and we should hopefully have some news on that in the next coming couple of weeks. So we'll release the news about that probably in the next month or so. Very exciting again. And we've also got some more products that are in development as well. So fingers crossed, we should have quite a lot coming out over the summer period. So all good for you guys. So keep your eyes open on the website. Also, at some point during May, we're going to have a 40% sale off of a whole line of Metal Earth. So every piece of Metal Earth will have 40% off of the advertised price that it is at the moment. And to know when that's going to happen, you need to sign up on our website to our newsletter, and then we'll release that as and when. You get special codes, you get 40% off all your Metal Earth. which is basically, you know, getting them for nothing really, and they're fantastic little kits. But we're trying to clear the way a bit with them and to get some new stock in. So, so that's it for Ultimate. But all I say is go to umpretail.com. Sign up to the newsletter. You'll get to know more about what's happening, deals and special deals and that. Also sign up to our Facebook page, Ultimate. Ultimate, just search Ultimate Modern Products on Facebook. Sign up to there because we do deals on there and competitions on there as well every now and then that you won't get anywhere else. We won't even advertise them on the website or on ISM or anything like that. So be sure to sign up to those two things if you want some Ultimate news and everything. I think now that's it for Ultimate news. We're going to go over to Paul, who's done a review of the Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. Over to Paul.
Hi everybody, Paul Fantastic Skull Modeler. Welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the range of super metallic colours from Mr. Hobby and Mr. Colour. Now, Mr. Colour is the lacquer-based version of the Mr. Hobby paints. Now, they do another range of metallics, which is the Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Colours. These are buffable, so you spray these on when they're dry, buff them up with a cloth, and you get a high shine on the raised areas, or the areas you can polish, and a low shine on others. So they give a good effect on small engine parts, exhaust, etc. So another range of paints. These are purely lacquer based metallic paints. So you can get these from Martin at www.air-craft.net. There's £6 a bottle, bar this one which I had to get from the Far East. Sadly Martin doesn't stock that one, I mean, hopefully he will. So the colours we've got are super fine silver, super gold, super iron, super stainless, super titanium, chrome silver and silver plate next. Not sure why it's called next, must have a reason though. So it's SM1 to 6 that Martin stocks, and then that one, SM8, I got to get from the Far East. It was a lot more expensive as well from the Far East, nearly double the price, but that's by the by. Like I say, £6 a pot. Might sound expensive for a pot of paint, they're 18 millilitres though, so you do get almost double the amount you get in a Tamiya bottle, and they are superb paints. I'll open one up so we can have a look. So there's the bottle, there's the box. Sadly it's all in Japanese. It does actually say how to use, and it's all in Japanese, so I've no real clue how to use them. I've just been winging it at the minute, so it's just purely guesswork. Now, one thing I did figure out, this one doesn't like to be thinned, so that one doesn't like to be thinned. There was an SM07 which came with a thinner. They got rid of that one, and there's this one now, so look for the SM8 if you're looking for that one from elsewhere. These I've been thinning them with the Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinner, but whether they need thinner or not, I don't know. I'm going to test that in a minute with you guys. So we've got some test pots over there, sprayed up, ready to go. In gloss black base. We'll test this one, the chrome silver, because somebody asked me about it the other day, and we'll do the super fine silver as well. We'll test those. I'm not going to spray them all because we'll be there all day. Now I've got a couple of pieces over here that have been sprayed. Number one, my Ducati Panigale. All that engine, bar the exhaust, the pipe and these tips, that's alkylate magnesium. Everything else there, metal, bar the discs as well, is the super metallics. I absolutely loved using them on this. They worked really well. You can mix the colours to get different tones, and they just work absolutely flawlessly. They are very, very nice. So that gives you an indication of what they can do. So absolutely fantastic. And yesterday I started a new project, and although Mark doesn't sell it, I'm still going to talk about it. This one, the super plate metallic, we sprayed the frame of this FZR 750R with. Now this is over a gloss black base, and as you can see the finish is very nice. So hopefully, Martin, you can get this one in stock because it is very nice, and I want a few more bottles of it as well. So I'll definitely put an order in if you do get them. But as you can see there, that finish is very nice, very shiny, and exactly what I wanted. We've also done the rocker cover of the engine in it. So again, real nice finish, and a couple of other panels which we'll grab quickly. So as you can see off that plate silver, It's a beautiful finish, it really is. So that's like I say, 6 colours in the range from Martin. This silver plate one, which Martin doesn't stock, hopefully he will. I'll speak to Martin about that. I'm going to take that over. What was the other one we were doing? Superfine silver. Now I've been using these, so this bottle is a bit battle scarred with paint, but we'll go over into spray booth, give them a spray, and we'll show how I've been spraying them. Okay, so we're over in the spray booth. We've got the super metallic superfine silver and the super metallic chrome silver. We've got 2 test pots, as you can see. Go to overhead cam, done in a gloss black base. For that we've used AK's Extreme Black Base. Another fantastic metal paint I've just started using, and that's highly recommended as well. So that gives a very nice base. It's also a lot faster drying than the Alclad gloss black base, which seems to be hit and miss. Sometimes it'll dry lovely, other times it can just stay tacky forever. They are enamel paints, all the extremes, and the gloss black base Alclad 2 is enamel as well. So slower drying times with enamel, but this stuff seems to dry really quick. I sprayed this 15 minutes ago. It's dry already, no fingerprint there. I mean, it's not totally dry, don't get me wrong, but it's dry enough to paint over. That's what we're going to do. I've taken it in half, each one. What we're going to do is we're going to spray them both out the bottle, neat, and then we're going to thin it, a little bit of thinning, Mr. Hobby level and thinner, just to see what it does. Like I said, there's no real instructions for these, so I've kind of winged it. I've had these now for probably about a month. I've tried them, like I say, on the Ducati, as you've seen over there, on that frame. So it's been a bit of trial and error. I have been thinning them, but after using that plate silver the other day and seeing, basically when I thinned the plate silver, the finish dulled a lot more than it did when it was unthinned. So I want to see what it is, and I've yet to properly try this chrome. So I want to see what kind of effect we can get. This one is great as a general metallic aluminium colour. It's a beautiful colour, very nice. We're going to be spraying it through another new toy of mine, my little Iwata HP M2, little single action 0.4mm airbrush. There's a bit of a debate. It was between me, not debate, but it was discussion. Rob on the forum, Galileo, was saying that a few people have said that spraying through a single action gives a better finish on a metallic paint, so I thought I'd give it a go. Spoke to Martin, he sent me one, and I'll be reviewing this next month. I've been using it now for about a week, and absolutely love it. No, not a week, probably 5 days. Absolutely loving it. For primers, lacquer paints, etc. Absolutely fantastic. Just as quick and easy to clean as a normal brush, but just, that's it. Just the button, it's just like spraying a rattle can, but with a lot more control. Like I say, we'll come back with a review on this a bit more in depth, but this is what we're going to be using now. We're at 24 psi on the compressor. There's no MAC valve on this. I have ordered a separate one, so we will be spraying at 24 psi to see the effect. If we don't get the finish I think we can, I'll lower the pressure and we'll see what we can get. I don't want to be mucking around with the pressure too much if we don't have to. So first off, we'll try, let's do the chrome. We'll do the chrome colour first. Now they are highly pigmented. You give them a shake and you bring it up to the camera. Very, very finely pigmented, but what I have been doing is using the paint stirrer to really double check that they are properly mixed. It's a fine line between spilling paint everywhere. That's why I keep the nozzle on the bottom. We'll just give that a quick clean up too. For next time. So we'll spray this neat. So what I'll do, I'll lob some of it into a plastic cup. So we're using the same paint. Be enough, it should be. We'll put a bit more in just in case. There we go. Try and keep your lids clean. I say it all the time, I'm the worst person for not doing it. So this is the chrome. As you can see, highly pigmented, very, very fine pigments. Unlike Tamiya paints metallics are rubbish. The flakes are huge. I I can spot a mile off. Just going to turn the pressure down so we can build it up. Spot a mile off, and someone's used Tamiya because the acrylic, sorry, the metallic flakes are so big it just completely out of scale. So I'm going to pop the spray booth on. I would normally wear a mask as well, not Halloween, I don't just look at wearing a mask quite often, but a respirator just for safety's sake. So what we'll do is we'll put that one to one side, we'll have the unthinned on the left and then we'll put the thinned on the right. So as always, check your flow. You can see there they're very, very fine. Take down a little bit more. Now these aren't perfect because normally I'd sand them back and show they're completely smooth, so there are a few irregularities on there. Now we're just coming on. Thin coats, building it up. As you can see, that is a very, very nice finish. See the airbrush, very, very easy to use. It's instinctively just like using a rattle can. There you go. One last go over, and as you can see that finish is very nice. Got a few bits stuck in there, there's a few hairs and whatnot, but that gives you an indication of what it's actually like. So we'll pop that back in there. Spray what we've got left. Like so. So we're empty now. I'm going to pour a little bit of this back to here because we're not going to need it all. I'm not wasting this paint. It's far too good a paint to waste. And then we're going to grab some Mr. Hobby level and thinner in a different bottle for ease. And we're just going to pop in a bit of a glug. Give it a mix up again. So. Pop that there. And then we'll go again. So this is now thin, probably 50-50 with the level and thinner. And then we'll go for the other side. The level and thinner's got retarder in it, which slows down the drying time of the paint. It's not building up as well as it was, obviously because it's thin. Whether or not we're going to get a better finish because of that, I don't know. Or whether it'll even make a difference, I do not know. But we will find out. Well, I've got the trigger continuously down and coming off the model each time. And there we go. So, is there a difference? Let's say the thinned one. It's a little bit better. Well, we'll put that to one side. We'll let it dry. We'll pop this back in. Put that back in there. Give the airbrush a quick clean. Right, let's try the super fine metallic. So, we'll open it up. And I've used quite a bit of this one. Again, I have been thinning it, so we'll try both ways, thin then unthinned. And we'll have a comparison at the end. That up there. Right, so we'll pour it into the cup again for consistency's sake. There's. So around you can see another finely pigmented paint. Airbrush is clean. Pop it in. Definitely a thicker paint. Yeah, definitely a thicker paint this one. But we'll build it up and see what it does. It's a lot duller than it was. Actually a very, very dull finish. I've had a much better finish off this before. I think it's the fact it's not thin. A little bit more. It's a hell of a lot thicker than that last layer of paint. So there you go. There's the unthinned. Not very shiny. Quite gritty. Well, it looks gritty. It's not. It's just not as smooth as the other one. So we'll blast that away. A bit more in there, and that will thin it. So we'll knock it over like that. So we'll go 50-50 again, like that. Pop it in and try again. That's already spraying a lot nicer than before. So this one definitely benefits from being thin. There's a huge difference there. So about 50-50 of it's the leveling thinner. It's going to be trial and error with each colour to see which one. Just make sure when you're doing your paint strokes, whether you're keeping the trigger on or stopping for each pass. If you keep it on, make sure you're going past it each time, don't stop. There we go, so that's a huge difference. So That is unthinned, so it's quite a dull texture, and that is thin. Massive difference. It really is a huge difference. So we'll put that to one side, we'll let it dry for a minute. I'll put my foam mat and all the paint at the bottom. We'll let it dry for a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to just clean out my airbrush. So there you go, a little bit of experimentation. If you've got all the paints, you're going to see that some need to be thin, some don't. The silver plate that I used on that bike chassis definitely doesn't need thinning. I'm going to take this off. Definitely doesn't need thinning, because I could see that was dulling when it was thin, but the likes of, I'd say most of the other colours are going to need thinning. I thinned each and every one for the Ducati with the leveling thinner, and all the colours came out great. As you can see, spraying it neat gave quite a gritty finish that I definitely wouldn't be happy with at all. So we'll just clean that, get that done. Very good little airbrush, absolutely loving this. Like I say, we'll give a review next month. There we go, job done. A little bit of thinner in there. So, let me whip this glove off. Make a bit of room. We'll take this masking tape off. Now, I did put this masking tape on when the base gloss black was wet. So, yeah, it's pulled it off, which I knew it would. So, gives us a nice demarcation between the colours, though. And then chrome, which is over here. Probably do exactly the same, and it does. So, it just goes to show you, you need to really let those base paints dry. So let's start with the chrome. So there's a side by side shot. This is the thin side, that is the unthin side. Quite hard to see on the camera because the high gloss does show through. You have a quick look. The thinned is definitely better. So you've got my fingerprints in there everywhere now. Whilst this is good, and it is very good, it's a little bit duller than the other side. Now, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up on that, but it is not as shiny. So again, thinning the colour does help. Yeah, there's a definite advantage on that, I can see that. So that's a chrome silver out the bottle and thinned with Mr. Leveling Thinner. That's a definite. And this is even more noticeable. So this is out the bottle, and this is thinned with Mr. Colour Leveling Thinner. This is give quite a dull, gritty, in fact it is gritty, finish. It almost reminds me of is Alclad's flat aluminium. It's very much like that colour. So you could use that to your advantage if you want a duller colour, or very flat aluminium. You could unthin it, use it unthinned. And if you want the look that I've been using on that bike, thin it and you get a much smoother, shinier finish. There's a definite comparison there, without a shadow of a doubt. So there we go, that's it. So Mr. Hobby Super Metallic range of metal colours, definite addition to the paint armoury. I've loved them, absolutely loved using them. Various tones, colours. Like I say, you're going to have to experiment with them to see which you're need thinning and which don't. And that's going to be trial and error on your part, but for me, I love them. That chrome is very nice. Very, very nice. So, excellent. With those, and my new extreme metals, I don't think the Alclads I'll be getting the use they used to do at all. So there we go. Review the Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. If you want to get some, go check out Martin's website, air-craft.net. He's got the full range. And if you want that other one, the plate one, hopefully Martin will get it in stock. But for now, you're going to have to go to the Far East. But hopefully Martin will update us and let us know when he's got it in stock. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you around and I'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks Paul. As you can see, I think they're very nice looking paints. For me personally, I love Alclads. I'm a massive Alclad fan. they'll do me for the time being, but they do look very nice indeed, and I know Paul sold on them. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the GBs and SiGs. Now, at the moment, we've had 2 ended so far, or 3 ended actually this year so far. We had the FORMcard SiG, which finished on 31st of March. Again, I started this, unfortunately with the new business, I couldn't finish it, but it's some fantastic falcons in there, F16s. I love the F16, and I'm glad about the entries. We've also got from Russia with Love GB, which finished on the 30th of April. Our biggest GB so far, and I think there was over 70 finishes on that. And obviously we had the ISM Eggplane SiG, which finished at the end of April as well, which just went for the month. Now there's 3 reveal videos that have got to come out for those. I will be doing those. I'll release 1 or 2 of them hopefully next week, but I'm away again for 2 weeks travelling on a transport company, so I may or may not get them out by the end of this month. If not, they'll be out at the beginning of next month. So fingers crossed on those, we can get those out in time. The SiGs and stuff, that's everything that's going at the moment. We've got the Shiny Thing SiG, which started on the 1st of April, which goes until the 30th of June. And this is basically any NMF natural metallic finish aircraft from any period or genre. So, you know, you can have a civilian craft, or you can have a military craft or anything, but it is only NMF finishes. Prizes for that, sponsored by S&M stuff, are £30, £20 and £10 web vouchers, which you can spend at their shop online. So fantastic, thanks to Sean at S&M stuff for that. We've got the main ISM GB at the moment. It's just started on the 1st of May, which is the Pacific Theatre of Operations, and that goes on to the 31st of August. And that's basically any military subject from World War II in a Pacific theatre. And if you're not sure what was included in the Pacific Theatre, you're welcome to ask myself, Paul, or Sebastian Schuf, who's the moderator for the GBs and everything, on what is classed as the Pacific Theatre. But there is a definite map that we've used, which is what came from America, and it gives us all the areas that were classed as the PFT or whatever, PT, POT or whatever we decided to call it. The prizes are sponsored by MJR Models. They're a bit left field, okay, a bit of a strange ones, we've got to say, but the first one is an Italian 124 reefer trailer for a lorry. Second is an Airfix 172 aircraft of ACES sets, so 3 172s. And third is an Italiari 124 road section database. As I say, a bit different, not your usual models, which is not your usual prizes, which is quite different, I suppose. But thanks to Mike at MGR Models for supplying those. And if you want a chance of winning those, obviously go over to ISM, enter a build into the competition area, and that's great, fantastic. Now, I think that's it for GBs and SiGs. I think there's a couple of other ones on the web, which I'm sure Paul will go into as well, but I still think there's a Hind one going, and one called Wheelie Good, which is like a civilian car or bike one that's going on at the moment, because obviously Paul's going through his car and bike fad, and very nice it is too. Some very good standard models coming out from Paul at the moment. But anyway, so that's the GBs and SiGs. We are now going to go over to my review of the amazing FORMcard. Here you go. Welcome back to International Scale Modder. I'm Lee. Today we're going to do a review of something that has really caught my attention recently, and something that I love so much. I got in contact with the owner of the company and said, right, okay, I must be a part of this, because this stuff is absolutely fantastic. Now, what we're looking at is a product called FORMcard, and this is how you get it. It's a packet with 3 of these card-like things in there. And I have to say, I saw this on Kickstarter a while ago, and I fell in love with it, and I just thought the idea was so simple yet so innovative, and the applications really and truly are endless for it. I can sit here and just keep reeling off ideas. I've sat here before I did the video, I thought, well, what can I show? And I'm not joking, I just came up with idea after idea, use after use after use after use after use, and I just thought, well, it's crazy to see if I can nail down a few. I will show you a couple that I've done in that, but this stuff is phenomenal, and I absolutely truly love it. And yes, we are selling it on the website at UMP, but that's because I fell in love with this product and I want an endless supply of it, and the way to do that is to sell it. But basically, what you'll get in a packet is obviously 3 of these. You can see from the overhead, it's the colour's gone a little bit, but you get all different shapes, all different colours and everything. They just come in random packs, or you can order black and whites and things like that. So let me just pop those over there, because I just want to There you go, that's better. So you can see what I'm doing. And that's basically it. As you can see, it's got a little FORMcard pressed in there. But apart from that, it's just a solid piece of plastic. Credit card size, fits in your wallet, fits in your purse, your handbag, or wherever you want to put it, or anything like that. Now, I could go into all the mechanics of it and everything, but what I'm going to do is, Peter is the owner of FORMcard, very nice guy as well. He's done a video, a presentation for his Kickstarter thing. So what I think I'll do is I'll show you the video and then you get the general gist of what I'm talking about. And then we'll come back and I'll show you some applications and how to use it, how I use it and everything as well. So over to Peter.
This is FORMcard, a handy pocket-sized card of meltable bioplastic that you can use to make, fix and modify the world around you. You can mould it quickly and simply to make little solutions to everyday problems. When it's cool, it's really strong like nylon, so you can make solid, durable solutions with it. And then you can reheat it again and again to adapt, change and reuse it. Because it's a handy card size, you can keep one in your pocket, wallet, kitchen drawer or toolbox so that it's there whenever and wherever it's needed. And because you know it melts in a cup of hot water, that might be in a cafe to fix a broken umbrella, or around a campfire to fix a broken tent pole. It's strong enough for quick solutions to emergency situations, like when you've forgotten a tool for a job or a handle breaks on something. Plastic has got a bit of a bad name. It's associated with a cheap, disposable world in which things break easily and then end up in the bin. FORMcard is the opposite of that world. When it's very hot, it sticks to other plastics, so you can actually use it to instantly fix things, say a plastic shovel when you're on holiday. There are loads of amazing applications, and we'll be posting more examples online as the project develops. Hi, I'm Peter Marigold, the designer and developer of FORMcard. Low temperature thermoplastics have been around for a very long time, and I've been working with them for the last couple of years. I've been running public workshops to explore their potential for use in our everyday lives, and I've developed FORMcard based on these experiences. Normally, these thermoplastics are supplied in granulated form, which makes them awkward to use. The granules have to be squashed together, which is messy, wasteful, and sometimes even painful. This has restricted their use to people who are familiar with making things. But I believe that this material has a place in everyone's kitchen drawer, toolbox, and backpack, like blue tack or sellotape. So I developed it into a flat card form that would always be around and always be ready to use. The size and thickness of the card is exactly the right amount of material for the quick types of fixes that are needed. It fits in your wallet and it fits in a cup, so you can take it and use it anywhere you can find hot water. It's quick, clean, simple, instant and fun. We've made FORMcard affordable as an everyday product and are now producing them in loads of amazing colours for every possible application. I want FORMcard to reach everyone who thinks about fixing things instantly when they break. Just take one out of your pocket, drop it into hot water and fix things. Simple. Thanks for watching and please support our project. FORMcard. Melt, mould, make, mend.
Right, well, okay, there you go. I think from that you can get the idea of what it's all about. And when I saw that video, I just thought, wow, it did actually blow me away. It's one of those eureka moments, you know, just thinking, God, why isn't this more popular? Why isn't this so? It's so simple and so easy to use, and it could permeate its way into every day of your life and every aspect of your life. I tell you now, I have a packet of this in the car. I have a packet on the quad bike. I have one of these in my wallet. I have this everywhere I go now, and I've used it several times and to help people out. And it showed on the video there about a screwdriver without a handle. And I actually used it for a saw blade. Someone had a junior hacksaw blade, but no handle. So what I did is I had one of these in my wallet, and I said, I'll tell you, if you've got a kettle, they said, yep. I said, right, okay, boil the kettle. So I boiled the kettle, and I made a handle for their junior hacksaw blade so they could cut this key in half that was stuck in a lock. And it was absolutely fantastic. What a thing, you know, they've never been able to do it otherwise. You'd be holding this junior hacksaw blade with your fingers, and you end up cutting your fingers and all that sort of thing. And I gave them a handle, and now they've got a handle on their junior hacksaw blade permanently. So it's fantastic stuff. I mean, just to give you an idea, I had another tool I've made. Literally, I knocked this up in a couple of seconds, and it's basically, I had to change the stereo in my car. And I don't know, when you get the plastic out and everything, you have to, you know, lever the plastic out. Now you can get the plastic levering tools, and they're about £5 to £10 wherever in motor fair shops and things like that, and Halfords and what have you, or any of the DIY stuff. So I thought, you know what, I suddenly remembered I've got some of this FORMcard, so I've got literally got a sheet of FORMcard, as you can see from the overhead here, and I just made this very simple tool, and it's rock solid, you know. And basically you can see it's got this spade-like affair, it's flat on the bottom and then curved on the inside. And that was perfect for getting in between the plastic all around the dashboard, just to lever out this stuff without, now if you use a screwdriver you're going to ruin your plastic on your dashboard and scratch it. That is now a permanent tool in my toolbox. I've literally got to take something out and add something to the back of the stereo the other next week when I've ordered a camera for the back of the van. So that is going to be in use again and again and again. And a fantastic tool, and it saved me buggering up my thing and saved me money going and buying, having to go down a shop, go and get one, you know, etc, etc. And you know, invariably in your local town you won't have one, you'll have to send off for one, and that's very inconvenient because you have to wait a week to get your tool to do your stereo that you really want to do right now. So fantastic little thing. As I say, this is a very simple basic tool, but it didn't even, you know, no bells or whistles, as you can see. Literally knocked that up in about 30 seconds. And I was all ready to go 30 seconds later once it had all cooled down and everything. So fantastic. Anyway, I'll give you a quick demonstration about this stuff. All right. Now, what you do, just simple little thing. One glass like that. I use a big coffee cup, but you can't see inside the coffee cup. So I thought I'll get something that's clear so you guys can see. It's a nice thick glass, so it shouldn't break. Well, I've just boiled the kettle off camera, so we've got boiling water, so I'm just going to add this. Okay, and that's it. Now all you do then is you pop that in and wait. It's as simple as that, and it doesn't take long whatsoever. As you can see, it's already starting to deform in the overhead. There's hot water, so don't stick your fingers in there if you can help it. Now, usually you'd have to take it out with a spoon or something like that. Being a modeler, I have a pair of reverse tweezers that will do just the job. In fact, I'll get a pair that's not so strong. And as you can see, it's already, you know, flobbered lobbed down and deformed and everything. It's gone really soggy and soft. And now that is ready to go. As you can see, when it starts collapsing like that, it's ready to go. You literally just pull it out of the water. Okay, so with a spoon it's a lot easier. Alright, you take your water out, okay, and that's basically it. Now you can do whatever you want with it. I'll give you an idea. Let's say I've got this, which is a camera stand, as you can see. And what you can do is you can mould it like you saw on the video to hold your camera. And you think, I'll tell you what, I know what I want to do. I want to put a screw in there as well. It's very pliable at the moment. As it cools down, it gets harder and harder and harder. And the hotter it is, it will stick to other plastics and things like that as well. Okay, so now it's got to a height where I think, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it on there. So you literally put it on there, squidge it on. And you can use this for anything. I've got so many different ideas that I'm going to be doing for my models with this. Things like, as you can see, I'm just moulding it around that screw cap there. And this is just an idea to show you how it works. And on the video, you know, you see it on the video, it shows you that it's got this, it does this thing with someone else's, where they put it on a camera stand and things like that. But that'll actually sink into the screw thread and it will dry like that. And that's it. That's basically it. That's all you need to do is leave it there like that. So I'm just going to show you that one. But also, there are lots of other applications with modding. Now, the other things I was looking at are things like you can make your own trestles, you can make your own jigs, for your, I mean, that's how they come, look, just straight on a piece of paper like that. You peel it off, it's got little sticky bits on the back which you take off, and you're ready to go. So yeah, so you can make your own trestles for different aircraft. I had the idea that if you've got, let's say, you've got an aircraft here and you want to make a stand for it or a trestle in a special thing, it literally is pop a couple of these in, mould them to what you want, and Bob's your uncle. Another thing that I thought of that I can use it for is I like to have things, I don't like things rolling around on my desk, okay, because for obvious reasons they end up getting spilt and I get through so many mats and things like that. And you know, it's good to have stands. Now you can make a brush stand out of this, you can add sheets together, you know, you don't have to be, or, you know, you can add sheets together. Once it gets to really hot, once you get them really hot, it sticks to itself. So you can mould and put several sheets together and do whatever you want with it. So you've also got things like you can make paintbrush stands, you can make a little thing with holes in it and just leave it on the edge of the best, and it's got 3 stands on it, you know. 3 holes in it for 3 paintbrushes or whatever. You can do, like I said on the thing, if you've got scalpels, you can make scalpel covers very easily for this. If you want, if you're worried about your children or sticking yourself, you can have covers for this. You can. What I've got is I've got an old pair of clippers, and I couldn't find them because I wanted to do it for this. But without the handle, one side of the handle's gone. Literally a sheet of this, mould it over the handle, and you've got handles back on your clippers again. That simple. Any tool replacement handles, things like that. Anything that's plastic, it's going to change. Now the other thing is, I don't know if you guys have had this problem, but Tamiya extra thin spilt everywhere. Yeah, I mean that is the thing. So it works for me. I spill it all the time. So I'm just going to pop another one in. Okay, now that's still hot. It's not hot, boiling hot, but that will still do the job, and it will get to where you want it to go. See, this is still pliable even now. So you see I've been talking for a couple of minutes, and you can see that it's still pliable, so you've still got a chance to think, oh well, that's not quite right, that's not quite how I want it. So I'm just going to change it again. Okay, just going to even that out, you know, move it around again and then leave it. Now there is a way you can say, well, I've got the shape I want, I don't want to lose that anymore, how can I speed up the process? Literally in some cold water. And that's what I do, and that makes it, that cools it down ever so quickly, and already that's pretty much solid. Okay, so it's a bit of cold water, and that's going to cool it right down to almost straight away. That's rock solid. Okay, so you saw that stuff went like rubber. I'll pop that down there because, as you know, I'm known for knocking things over. So I'm just going to dry the cold water off of this. Okay, but already that's rock solid. Okay, so just let that dry a little bit more, but as you, that is solid. It's back to solid plastic again. Right, okay, now we're into, this one's nearly done. Just want to do the top bit of that. Okay, so you think to yourself, right, okay, well, I want, right, sorry, I had someone at the door, I had to drop it back in, so I do apologise, it is crumbed up a little bit there. Right, okay, so literally take it out and you think, right, okay, well I want something for my Tamiya thing. So you can do one or two things. You can either just spread it out nicely with your fingers, or you can roll it on your worktop, whatever you want to do. So you're looking at, okay, so I want a nice base, and it stretches out really well, and you think to yourself, right, okay, I'm going to pop my Tamiya bottle in there. Now you don't want to make it too shallow, you want it so that it's hard to knock over. Okay, so you just want something in there. I mean, I haven't done this before, I've literally just thought this just a second ago. So I'm literally, now the good thing is you think, oh damn, it's gone cold too quick. Literally pop it back in the hot water, okay, for a couple of seconds like that, and it's mailable again. It really is that simple. So you think, right, okay, a bit more in there I think. Right, there you go. Right, lovely. Alright, so now I want to pop that back in because I want the whole base flat. Alright, and it literally is that simple. You get it till you're happy. Right, okay, so now I know that that's a flat base on there, that my bottle, you can get it even softer and you can wedge your bottle in there So it's even got a thing inside the thing itself. So not pretty, but if you spend time doing everything off, so I'm just trying to do this quick for the video. But now you've got something there that, sorry about that, phone's always going off the wrong opportunity. So you've got something that's flat base there, that's done, that's nice and solid now. Okay, that's solid enough for me to pop that into the cold water, and that will solidify that almost immediately. And then that's it. That's all you need is hot and cold water, and it makes the process very quick and easy. So let me take that out. Okay, that's, dry it off quickly. I've had fun with this stuff. I tell you, the amount of things that you can do with it is great, and the wife loves it as well. She can think of lots of ideas. So there you go. So there is literally very quick. Okay. So there you go. So as you can see, that was quickly knocked up. This is solid, totally solid now. It takes about another 3 or 4 minutes to cure rock solid, but that is solid enough. And then you've got a little tray that makes it hard, as you can see, to knock over your tamia, which is a lot easier than going like that. In there, it gives it a little bit safe. Now what you want to do is you want to sink it in a bit more and things like that. But that gives you just an idea. You can also use paint mixing trays, you know, and it's quickly just done. Okay, brush holders. You can mount this again, squidge it up. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pop it in there. Might need warming up that water now. But anyway, let's get back to this one. So yeah, so this is hard now. So literally, it's a case of, okay, I want to take that off. You can unscrew that. Okay, bit of water in there. All right, so I've just unscrewed that, and as you can see from underneath, you've got the screw thread and everything there. But if you want to put it back in, that screw thread is actually now made for that, so you can just screw that straight back in. Job's done. You've got your permanent camera stand, and it's as simple as that. I mean, this is great. It's a little stand I use for the iPhone and everything. But you know, it's that the fact that screw thread goes rock solid now. Okay, and that is rock solid plastic in there, and as you can see, it's not ruined or rethreaded or anything like that. So absolutely fantastic. Take this out. This is ready to be rolled again. Don't do it on your mats. This stuff will stick to your mat. But let's say, okay, you've got a near bubble there. Move that. You can. This is just one. You really probably want to combine 2 or 3 like this, but you can say, right, okay, well, I want a stand for that one. Okay, and a stand for those 2 brushes there. And again, these are just very quick things. This is just taking you 10 seconds to put together. Okay, so you got your thing, you got your brush stand, right? That's how I want it. That's exactly. I just need a stand while I'm doing these 2 things. Take them out, pop it back in the cold water again. And it literally is that easy. You can shape, reshape. I think their motto is melt, mould, make, mend, which is good. But there you go, that's solid now. And that's just taken me, what, 2 seconds, 10 seconds to make. Heat it up, and there you go, you got your brush stand. Okay, it's as simple as that. If you just want something quick and easy to hold your brushes up, or you can have it any type of brush stand. You can have your brush stand so that it lays like this. You can make one like that, so your brushes lay on it at an angle. You can make holders for your thing. I'm just trying to give you ideas. These aren't pretty, but they're just ideas. And from there, you can go anywhere you really want to. I mean, you can put a handle on one of those if you want. You know, your scissors, you can play scissor handles. If you want new caps for, let's say you've lost a cap to one of your pens or something like that, and you want a new cap, you know, it pretty much is the only limit with this stuff is your imagination, I have to say. I'm making a little stand, a really nice one. I'm going to make a little stand for my putty things and things like that, and have it at the side of my desk. You know what I mean, I'm a bit of a neat freak anyway, so something like this works really well for me. But this stuff is absolutely fantastic. It's £5.29 on the website. You get 3 cards for that. The choices are multicoloured, which you just get them as they come, or you can choose the black, grey and white one set as well. But you know, it really is, I can't sing the praises enough. I love this stuff. I think it's brilliant. The fact that all you need is hot water and cold water and a rag, obviously, just to dry everything off. But now that is permanent. That is rock solid. That's rock solid. That's rock solid. You know, and it is solid plastic again. It's not, you know, I just love the stuff. I can't, you know, love it as much more than I do. In fact, I'm going to sleep with it. I'm going to sleep with it. It's that nice. No, I think FORMcards, I think even if you don't use one immediately or can't think of a reason to have one anyway, because I'm not joking, you'll just have a moment. I had suddenly thought, oh, I've got that FORMcard, I can do that. And literally go and boil the kettle, job done. It's as simple as that. Fantastic stuff. And I would like to say a big thank you to Peter Marigold, who's the owner of FORMcard and the genius behind it, who works with these polymer plastics and everything. I think you've done an absolutely exceptional job here, and you made this very accessible to the general public. And I think that this will become extremely popular in the future, and it will be in every household. I mean, Josh loves playing with it. I mean, he can make Lego bricks up. You literally put it over Lego bricks. You then got something, a base for your Lego bricks and things like that. They fit in automatically. You know, he thought of that. That was really good. So I just think you can do anything you want with it. Jigs, you know, whatever. In modelling, oh, one other thing you can do, I did forget to mention, I'm lucky I've got a bit of this. You can actually cut it. Okay, so if you only want a little strip, it's just with a normal pair of scissors. It's a bit tough, but as long as it's sharp. If you just want a little strip, you say, well, I want to do that bit like that, then I want to do that bit like that. And so you can actually cut the shapes out beforehand and everything as well. Absolutely fantastic. So flexible in the uses it can be used, and the uses are literally endless. It's whatever your imagination can come up with. You can do little pot stands for your paints, all sorts of things. And if you take your time, I mean, as I say, these were just smashed together in seconds. If you take your time sculpting and moulding and things like that, you can come up with some fantastic things. I think they have a little competition each month on the FORMcard website where you can enter what you've made that month, and then you get a prize. I think you get a supply of FORMcard as a winner if yours gets picked as the best idea for that month. Now, again, a lot of the winners have been not the prettiest thing; it's been the most useful things. You know, he loved that, the fact that I did a dashboard removal tool. I mean, that's a whole tool in itself. So whatever you can think of, you can make up. And I'm sure there are hundreds of applications in the modelling community, in the modelling world, that I haven't even thought of yet, that you guys, once you get your hands on this stuff, I'm probably going to hold a competition myself on ISM with this stuff to see who can come up with ideas and things like that. Because I think it's brilliant, and I think it can take the modelling world by storm. So anyway, that is FORMcard, my favourite thing at the moment. I absolutely love this stuff. You can get it from umpretail.com, £5.29 a card. We might do a special offer for 4 cards or more or something like that. But really, you do need some of this in your life, and it's not just because we sell it whatsoever. It is fantastic stuff. Go and get some. And Peter's a nice guy who owns the company as well. Right, well, that's all for me. I'm going to go and make love to this right now. I'll see you soon in the next show. Take care. Bye-bye. Right, as you can tell from the video, I fell in love with this stuff. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And yes, we are selling it, but I was, you know, a proponent of it and fell in love with it way before I thought of getting it onto UMP. And I suddenly thought, do you know what? This has lots of applications for modelling, endless applications for modelling. It'll be great to any modellers to have them on the desk for emergency purposes. You can do so much with it. I absolutely love the stuff. I think Peter's a nice guy who owns the company as well. Really, it's great that something like this on Kickstarter, and as I say, I saw it months and months ago before it was released, and I thought that's a fantastic idea. So if you fancy some, get some from our website. You know, we might do a triple pack special maybe in the coming months or something, but really just to have one pack in your desk drawer, you'll be surprised all of a sudden you'll think to yourself, I can fix it, I've got a FORMcard, and it literally is, it's just absolutely reusable. You can mould it and it goes rock hard. It's not like some of this Offie stuff or whatever it's called, and which sets gel like for moulds. It's not rock solid, it's like hard rubber. This is solid plastic, so it sets solid plastic. Excellent for moulds. You can sand it, paint it, glue it, everything. So it's great for replacement parts. Someone asked me the other day on the website, can I fill in some windows on an airliner and things like that? I said, yeah, not a problem. You just fill it in, glue it, mould it, and then sand it down. No problem at all. Fantastic stuff. Go and get yourself some, seriously. Anyway, back to forum news. We're going to announce the monthly prize draw winners now, and this is for March's and April's, obviously, because we didn't do a new show last month, so we've got 2 lots to announce. So let's go over to the prize section. Okay, so March's winners. First prize was from E-Models was the Trumpeter 148 Sukhoi SU33 Flanker D, and from Ultimate we had the all new set of our Ultimate primers, 120ml bottles, which is the grey, black and white. So the winner of the Trumpeter Sukhoi from E-Models is Apradel from Germany. A-P-R-A-E-D-E-L, Apradel from Germany. Well done, you get the Trumpeter 148 Sukhoi SU33. Nice kit. And the winner of the Ultimate Primer bundle is Iceman-Eek. Iceman-Eek is from Finland. Well done, you get the 3 Ultimate Modern Products Primer set. If both of you could PM me your names and addresses on International Scale Modeler, that would be fantastic. And we get these prizes out to you ASAP. Okay, so April's free prize draw. The models from E-Models, we had the Meng 135 Russian SZU-23 for Shilka, the SPAAG. Fantastic looking kit. And from Ultimate we had another set of the 120ml primers, the black, grey and white of the brand new Ultimate primers. So the winner of the Meng Shilka from E-Models is Captain Biggles from the UK. Well done, Captain Biggles. You get that fantastic prize. Really nice. One of my kits, I'm into the SPAAGs myself, and that still looks a lovely kit. It's on my list, that's for sure. And for the ultimate set of primers, 120ml bottles, the winner of that is Sturm from the USA. Well done, Sturm. So well done to both of you. You get those prizes. If you could PM me your names and addresses on the site, that would be fantastic. And we'll get these out to you ASAP again. Right, okay, so this month's prizes, from E-Models we've got the Great Wall Hobby 148 Douglas TBD 1A Devastator float plane, another nice looking kit, another new release as well. And from UMP we've got 3 sets of the awesome FORMcard that's just been released. As I say, I'd rather have the FORMcard than the Devastator personally, but there you go. So it's a fantastic prize up again. If you want to enter into competition, all you got to do is head on over to International Scale Modeler, register on the competitions thread for May, and just write anything in there you want. I'm in, catch me, whatever. As long as you write a post on there, you're entered automatically, and we draw it by random number .org generator, online generator. So fantastic prizes again. Well done to the winners. Don't forget, PM me your names and addresses. As soon as we get those, you've got 30 days to claim your prize. As soon as we get those, we'll get them out from the post to you. So well done to everyone. Right, okay, now we're going to go over to the build section. Unfortunately, I did start an egg plane. I haven't really got any builds. I did start an egg plane, but obviously when I was away on this new business, I didn't get to finish it. I built it. It was at primer stage before I went away, and I just haven't had a chance to sort it all out and everything. But again, Paul's been prolific. He's done some fantastic stuff with his civilian cars and motorboxes into it at the moment. So let's go over to and see what Paul's up to. Over to Paul.
Okay, thanks Lee. So welcome everyone to my little section of the news show. It's going to be short and sweet this month. I've only got one completed model and a started model to look at this month. Sadly last month Lee couldn't film his section of the news show. I'd already filmed mine, so the review's getting used this month, and my build update was used at the end of an At the Bench update about a week ago. So if you want to see what I've really been working on over the past month to 6 weeks, go to my last At the Bench update on the International Scale Model YouTube channel, and it's tagged on the end, about 15-20 minutes long I think, running through. So it might look like I've done a lot, but I have been busy as usual. So yeah, not a lot to talk about really this month. We've had the Pacific Theatre group build start. Hoping to take part in this one if I can. Trying to rekindle the armour mojo at the minute, which has suffered a little bit over the past 6 months or so. I've got a little buddy build that's going to start next month. between a few friends of mine. But hopefully we will kindle it. I'll go into it in a minute. I'm at the bench. But basically it's using any of Tamiya's 148 Tiger 1s. So that should be interesting. Quick little build. As usual, I've had a load of extras, as I always do. And a cheap little build's turned into quite a big thing. But we'll get to that anyway. So that's that. So the Pacific Theatre one, I've got a PTO Sherman with loads of extras to add to it, hoping that I'll build that for it. Hopefully the Tiger will give me the kick up the backside to get back into armour. Sadly I didn't finish my From Russia With Love GB. The last week I thought, right, I'll give it a real good go and we'll get the MiG finished. No chance. With UMP, family life, through the day I had no time at all and I just didn't get it done, unfortunately. So I thought, rather than rush it, it's on the shelf, it's up there, it will be finished off at a later date. At the minute I'm happy building bikes and cars. It seems to be what I'm enjoying most. So at the end of the day I'm going to stick to enjoying building what I do. Saying that, the vegan, I was hoping to have a part film by now, but like I say, just time through the day, really struggling to find the time with one thing or another. Time I have of a night, I want to spend relaxing, just modelling, not filming, mucking around doing things. And you know, filming the videos isn't the easiest thing in the world. It does take a lot of time and whatnot, but that's why we do it, for you guys. So it's 1-2 maybe parts. I still need to get the ordnance for it. I think I'm going to buy the Edward brassing set. I think for the F14 most of the stuff in that can be used on the Vig, and I need to double check though, but we will get that done. The next day I can get to myself when Anna takes James out for the day. We carry on filming that and we'll get it done and dusted. Kraz, again, the armour's taken a hit unfortunately, and obviously it's a knock-on effect with that. Hopefully I'm going to get that mojo back with that and we can get back to that Kraz as well. Keep the techniques guide, and hopefully once the Vigan's done I can get to that techniques guide, the slightly more advanced one as well. That's the plan. Anyway, another thing I want to do as well, I might do a step-by-step guide on a car or a bike. I don't think I'm experienced enough to do it yet because I've only got back into them in the past couple of months. So I didn't stick in more with the at the bench updates rather than a full-on this is how you do it. But rather than saying this is how I do it, I can just show, sorry, this is how you do it, I can just do the this is how I do it instead, which is what I've been doing the whole way through. But yeah, maybe we'll look at that later date. A few people have asked me to do it, and maybe we can. We shall see. Other than that, group builds, I think, yeah, just a PTO. I'm looking at the calendar on my ceiling. The egg plane one ended. Sadly I didn't get a chance to enter that either, which is the first time in about 5 years I've not built an egg plane. It's a real shame, but it's just the time. I hate moaning about time because it just sounds like excuses, but that's what it was. I just ran out of time. So the PTO one I hope to take part in. We've got the Shiny Things one, which was my idea, so I really do want to take part in that. Probably with one of Edward's Academy Reeboks P38s, which are lovely kits. Hoping we can get that one done, and the PTO as well. So that's that. The Thunder Flash still on the shelf. Had a bit of a nightmare with one of the seams splitting. A bit of a reaction with Super Glue Kicker, but we will get back to that. And what else we got up there? The Hind long-term build. That's fine, not a problem at all. We've all taken a bit of a break from that for the past few months, so we'll get back to that. And other than that, that's all that's really up on my shelf of doom. Oh, the Torino. The Torino's up there as well. We'll get back to that. So a lot of stuff on the shelf, but we'll get back to that. And other than that, really, that's it really. Facebook's busy, the forum's busy as always. Trying to keep the videos going on the channel. Just trying to keep the at the bench updates flowing as well. They're quick to build, so that's great. And that's it really, so everything's going really good. Okay, one last thing before we go to my bench and have a look at my current builds. Over the past couple of years, myself and Lee have often become a target of whatever, hating UMP, ISM or whatnot, for whatever reason, be it, you know, they don't like our products or X, Y and Z. We see a lot of it and it's water off a duck's back. It's just one of those things. We run the business online, and being in the on the Facebook and internet and what have you, the forums, you do become a bit of a target. Sadly, over the past couple of years, there's a couple of groups of people who've literally been looking for trouble, And it's got to the point where the hangouts we used to do every night that were live with the bricks of plastic, they stopped going live because people were literally watching them, just nitpicking things to kick off on or complain about, so they stopped going live. My videos were taken down off my own channel. They were only hangouts, so they were nothing important, because people were threatening to send them to people to show things and whatnot. So that they were taken down, no big deal, but it was steps put in place to stop the unnecessary trouble that was caused by it. Sadly, over the past couple of days I've had to move away from a few things, just literally for that reason, to stop the blame coming, because people will say things, or somebody I know will say something or associated with, and it always comes back to myself, Lee, ISM or UMP. We don't want that happening anymore. It's getting a bit boring, so for that reason I've taken a few steps. You won't see many live hangouts anymore. I don't want to be on live hangouts anymore. They're too much trouble. People literally are watching them to look for things to nitpick at. So the easiest way to do it is not go live, so that's one problem solved. Also, a lot of things I'm associated with I've moved away from. So literally, unless I say it or I type it or write it, and the same for Lee, if it doesn't come directly from us, what other people say or share has nothing to do with us. We can't control other people, unfortunately. So if you see something about something and somebody's mentions ISM, or they're a member of ISM, or just anything like that at all, unless it comes directly from myself and Lee, it's not our thoughts, and we can't be held responsible for it, because at the minute people seem to think we are, and it comes directly back to us. So just think about it, that if it doesn't come from us, it's not us, it's other people's opinions, views, and what they say and do is on their own back, and that's that. So like I say, no live hangouts for me anymore. It's not a problem, I've not been going live for months. Also a few pages I've moved away from, and what have you. And obviously my main interest is ISM and UMP. Always has been. One's my hobby, one's my livelihood, and that's that. So that's the most important thing to me. So there we go, so that's the negative part done. Move on to modelling, which is the positive part of what I enjoy doing day to day. We'll go to the bench, have a look at what I've been building, and I'll see you over there. Okay, so we're at the bench. Well, actually we're in my photo booth. Better lighting, we've got the new turntable in there, the quiet one I bought. And on it we've got my recently completed Yamaha FZR 750R. It's a Tamiya 112 bike kit, complete out of the box. It's a slightly older kit, so it's not as detailed as some of the newer ones, like the Panigale I finished before this one. Complete out of the box, no added extras, and it built up really nice. There's no build throw for it, there's a few pictures on Facebook, and there's no video for it either. Literally, I've just built it to enjoy this for myself, and built it for about 3 weeks, on and off, and it was a very enjoyable build. Bodywork, you can see there, the actual frame was painted in Miss Hobby Super Metallics plate silver. The engine, other components and whatnot were painted a mixture of Alclad 2, AK Extreme Metals, and the Super Metallic Mr. Hobbies. Again, loving those Super Metallics and the Extreme Metals, and I've always loved Alclad, so a great mixture of metallic tones. The wheels, bodywork, etc. painted in Zero Paints white, just plain white. And then obviously we were decaled with the kit decals. Although they were cartographed decals, they went down, you know, the faultless decals. Because of the complex shape of the fairings, the tank, etc., they were a little bit of a pig to put down, but they went down. A little bit of touching up here and there required, so which is not perfect by far, but it is what it is. It's a learning curve. It's my second bike I've completed in like 10 years, so very happy with the result. It's a cracking looking bike, real retro look to it, and a very capable bike as well. Once the decals were dry, they were treated to microsol and solver set to really get them to snuggle down and set. Once left for a couple of days, I then clear coated it with Zero Paints 1K clear lacquer. You really got to take your time with that stuff. You put it on too heavy to begin with, it'll start melting the decals, which is where it started to do a little bit on this. I was distracted while spraying it, wasn't concentrating, and I've learnt now, make sure I'm completely on my own when I paint these things, because you do need to concentrate. But as you can see, once that was dried over about 5 to 7 days. It was cut back with various grades of micro mesh using the Tamiya compounds and wet as well, and then finally polished up using the different grades of compounds and given a Tamiya wax. The Tamiya wax, great stuff. The compounds are fantastic, and micro mesh, and our sanders are great, especially the grey one. They're just the right grit for really knocking back any orange peel you get or flaws you get in the paint. They work really well, and as you can see, we're not super shiny, which is what I want to stay away from. The Texaco Sierra looked great, but it was a little bit too shiny in my opinion. It makes them look a little bit toy-like. So with this one, there's just enough gloss there. You can see the reflection as it spins, but it doesn't look OTT. So for me, very happy with that finish. Like I say, it's not perfect by far, but it's lessons learned and mistakes made on a kit that didn't cost a fortune, and I can progress on to the next one. So there we go. Lovely kit, lovely bike. Everyone's been looking up to own one of these. They know how special. I'm not a bike rider, but I do appreciate the bikes. And doing the research on the bikes, pulled up some fantastic images and footage of these things, including one up for auction owned by Carl Fogarty, which was very interesting to read about. So there we go. So what I'll do, we'll go over to the bench. I'll pick this thing up and we'll just have a very quick look around it, and we'll move on to what I'm currently building. Okay, so on my actual bench now, moved away from the photo booth. I've got my door open today. It's a very nice day. You can hear the birds chirping outside, so if it annoys you, I do apologise. We've got the YZR, looking at a different bike, FZRR on the bench. We've seen a quick revolve around of it. We come in close, we'll have a good look at it. Like I say, lovely little kit, completely out of the box. Sadly far from perfect, but it is what it is. It's a learning curve, like I said, but she came out well. Even things like the discs drilled out for kit parts are very good. It shows you how good Tamiya bike kits really are. You've got the Delta Box framework, which looks really good in the super metallic plate silver next. No idea what to call that, I don't know. The exhaust I painted using, my god, what did I paint it using? I forget. I think it was Alclad magnesium, and we added some heat effects. Sadly, a lot of it's hidden by the fairings. I don't even think I can get her. Oh, I can. There we go. I can get her off. Hopefully we won't wreck everything. There we are. So we get the fairing off. As you can see, there's all the exhaust under there. We had some heat staining using different tones of blues, sepia, etc. on there, and obviously you can see all the engine painted up, which looks quite well. So happy with that. It came out really well. Like I say, even though it's an older kit, still came out really nice. Water cooled bike. So you got all the plumbing and whatnot there, the rear suspension on the swing arm, the chain, all came out really nice. So I just pop my exhaust back on. It had to fall off. And like I say, you can take all the fairings back off. You can completely strip the bike if you wanted to show everything off. And there we go. It's not much else to see really. Cracking little model. I believe it's quite hard to find, but I found quite a few for sale recently, and at very good prices as well. This will be fun now. Can we get this back on? You can see detail underneath as well. Those metallic colours really are stunning. The other thing as well, I forgot to mention when we were at the photo booth looking at the tourney table, I put a wash on this using the Tamiya panel line washers. They're great for doing this. I've not tried UMP, but I don't think it would be fine enough for something like this. There we go, there's the fairing back on, shows you, just clips together, absolutely brilliant. I think the UMP is more suited towards armour and aircraft, to be honest, and I know it's my product, but I'll be honest with you, I've not tried it. I may give it a go actually, but I've been using the Tamiya panel line washers on this, and they're great for things like this. I don't think I'd use them on aircraft personally. I do prefer the look of our washers, but I think on one of the other bikes I'll do, not necessarily on all the race reps which are meticulously clean, but another road bike I do, I'll try some of our washers on it to give it a bit more of a worn look, and we'll see what it looks like. But lovely kit, really enjoyed this one. Definitely recommend it. I got the Honda version, the what the hell is it? The VFR 750R. Very similar looking bikes. That's up in the stash as well. And yeah, again, look forward to it. But like I say, next road bike I do, I think I will use our washes on it. Try them as a pin wash, which I know works faultlessly. And we'll try and add a little bit of weathering to make it look a bit more worn, rather than having the showroom finish. I do love the showroom finish, but if we get better with a worn look, that might look quite interesting. So there we go. So I recommend that kit all day long. It's a beautiful kit, beautiful bike. So what are we building now? Right now, I'm going to grab the box. There's a review. It should go up just before this new show, I hope. We are building, totally unprepared, so we'll grab that. The Ninja, the ZXRR Kawasaki Ninja. We've got a few aftermarket bits added to this. So hopefully it's going to look nice. The progress I've made on so far is over here. So move my camera to click shut for some reason. There we go. So where are we at? Well, we've got a few aftermarket bits like I showed in the review. Hopefully the review's gone up before the new show, so you can see. We've got the Tamiya fork set. We've got Top Studio set, Hobby Design chain set, and a few other bits and bobs as well. So it should make it well. As you can see over here, we've got all the body panels. They've got a first light dusting of primer to check any seam work and whatnot. So Alclad white primer, all the parts have been done. We still need to spray the underneath, but we're concentrating on one side at a time just to check for flaws. Because sadly, as I point out in the review, some of the Tamiya parts can have lines through them. I don't know what it is. If anybody knows, let me know. But look at the review, look at the engine castings, and you'll see it can come through on the bodywork, and it needs addressing because you can see it through the paint. So what I did yesterday was quick 5 minutes, gave them all a light dusting over, check all the seams where I've had to glue and fill stuff, and once we're happy, we'll give that another prime all underneath, and we're ready for the base colour. So that's that. We've got the wheels, which are here, which are gloss black, as you can see. They're very tricky. So yeah, 6 decals per wheel, and then the little one inside there. So they were painted black, given a cut back, decaled, and then 1K cleared the other day. So they've got a few more days of drying before we can give them a compound polish and whatnot. So they're nearly done. The engine is here, so painted up in various tones of Alclad, extreme metal, etc. Looks okay. Looking at reference pictures which I just got today, actually, it doesn't appear to be the right colour. I was following a combination of somebody else's build in a magazine and online pictures, but looking at some of the pictures that I've got, because I was lucky enough to find these online. These are quite hard to find, I believe, and out of print, these MotoGP archive guides. Looking at an engine in the back of one of the Ninjas, it shows it to be a lot duller in colour, as you can see there. So what can we do? Not much really. It is what it is. We've got the different colours. Like I say, this is why you don't follow another modeller's build. And I wouldn't mind. The guy said he had this book as well, and his engine looks very similar to mine. But that's by the by. It is what it is. It's how you interpret it that's the important bit. But these books are absolutely phenomenal. I got 2 of these and a couple of Japanese motorcycle modelling books. They're fairly thick, but I paid a lot of money for them, so they're going to be very useful resources. Then we got the frame itself, sprayed up in UMP black primer. I've seen a lot of the pictures of this. Some show the matte, semi-gloss, satin, high gloss. I chose the look of the UMP primer. I love this look of this black, and that's what I've gone with on this and the swing arm. We got some Scale Motorsport, I forgot the name then, carbon fibre, absolutely beautiful stuff. Laid down and then glossed over some aqua gloss, so came up well. Polished, more carbon fibre film on the rear arch. Again, very nice. One piece there. Managed to get past the problems I had on the Ducati. and get them around the curves by some careful stretching and manipulation was possible, and then clear coated in aqua gloss, compounded, micro meshed, polished. It's going to look beautiful. And one other little tiny part there, which is a leg shield, I believe, or a shin shield, ankle shield for the other side. So that's that. Swing arm on the back, again painted in UMP black primer, decaled. I've got some detail parts to add to this. I was waiting on those pit lane books before I did any more work on this. So again, that looks great, and this bit of carbon sits just there like that. So we get the beautiful satin black finish and a high gloss carbon. So it's going to look very, very nice. And that's where we're at with this now. So like I say, I was going great guns, and I thought I found these books and I wanted to wait because I was getting a bit iffy on some of the research I had done. And like I say, it shows the engine's the wrong colour, but it's one of those things. It's not a massively wrong colour, it's just a bit more, just a little bit more shiny than we need to be. I probably could dull coat it a bit, but to be honest, we'll probably just leave it as is. I've got a bit more detail to add this, a lot more parts, and we can start getting it together. So there we go, that's it for this month. Like I say, the Vegan I need to get filmed, the Kraz I need to get my Armour Mojo back. That's what I was going to go through. Sorry, this buddy build we're doing, my bad. So hopefully get back at that Kraz soon. I do apologise for the delay, but when you just don't feel like working on something, you know what it's like when you lose your mojo on stuff. It's a bit of a pig to work on, but yeah, the Vegan will be done. I can't wait to get that done. I need to sort the ordnance out. The Kraz, Thunderflash, the Hind, long term, not a problem, and the MiG, it's not that far off being done. We will get back to them and get them done. Now, what we did plan, there's about 9 or 10 of us, just friends, on the forum and Facebook and whatnot. We thought, right, let's have a go at doing a bit of a buddy build on armour. I think a few of us got burnt out doing armour. So we chose a subject, and we chose Tamiya's 48 scale Tigers. They do 3 variants. They got the initial, the early and the late. I think we've all chose the initial and the early to avoid the Zimmerit problem. Well, it's not a problem, but they added extra to the Zimmerit. If you've not built one of these 48 scale Tamiya kits before, they're great. Die-cast chassis on, I think, most of them. Really, really well detailed. I will review it before I build it. But yeah, very, very well detailed. I think, personally, they are better than Tamiya's 35th, but my own opinion, like I say, you get a metal chassis in there as well. As usual, me being me, can't do things simple, so I got this kit for a bargain, £13. It was on offer at modelsforhobby.co.uk. They had £10 off a £20 purchase over the bank holiday weekend, so I got this for 13 quid delivered, bargain. I've added a hauler full etch set for it, so all the side skirts, the fenders, heat shrouds, tool clamps, nearly everything for it. We got the grills, we bought metal barrel, tow cables, frill tracks, so it's a good build. I've got a diorama base, I've got a Verlinden diorama base, resin, the one I was going to use on the ATST, but it didn't, and I've also got a resin Panzer Crew in 48 scale as well, which I already had. So hopefully this will be really enjoyable. Now, we did plan to start it on the 1st of June. It's the 6th of May today, but I think a lot of us are chomping at the bit to get on with this, so depending on how everybody feels, when everybody's got everything they need, we may start early, we'll see, but the official date for it is that it's not going to be something I'm going to be putting up for everyone to join in. It's just between us lot. It's not being funny, it's just something we wanted to do amongst ourselves. If you want to build along, by all means do it, it's not a problem at all. But it's not something that's going to go on the forum as a SIG or a buddy build. It's just going to be literally between us. We post on the forum. What I'm also going to do, if I'm at the bench updates, I will review this. Most of the kits are all the same, so what people are building is going to be similar to this. I'm going to do a hangout one-on-one with the guys. I'm going to record it. They'll run through what they're building, what they've got to build, just a couple of minutes each, and then I'll add that to the At the Bench update. So basically, on this build, you're going to have a bench update from the 10 of us, basically, as we go through week by week. We're going to try and do it in a month, and the reason we chose a month was to keep everyone eager to build. Rather than thinking I've got 3 months, I'll leave it. Oh, I haven't done it. With having a month, hopefully that'll give you the pressure. I like working under pressure. That'll give you the pressure and the desire to get it done. So that's that. So great little kit. If you want to build one, by all means get one, build along with us, but we're not going to set up an official section on the forum for it because it's just not worth it. It's a quick, simple buddy build between 9 or 10 of us, and really looking forward to that one. So I'll review that soon. I've also got Tamiya's brand new Ferrari FX XK that Steve Hemming sent me to review. So that'll be up in the next few weeks, and the Kawasaki Ninja review hopefully went up just before the new show. And that's that. So that's it really. Not much that I've actually built because I did most of it last month. If you want to see that, go to the last event at the bench update. It's tagged on the end of that. It's about 20 minutes long. There's quite a lot in it as well because I had got through quite a bit that month. And it's the final reveal for the Ducati Senna Panigale as well. So there we go. So I'll take you back to Lee. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys around and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Paul, and well done, mate. You've absolutely prolific. Some fantastic results for those motorbikes. I mean, they really are top notch, I have to say. Really does manage to get them to a very high class level, and his cars as well with his new RG3 spray brush and everything. Fantastic effort. Well done, mate. Hopefully we'll see some updates on the Kraz this month as well, and the finish of the Vigan as well, fingers crossed, from Paul. So I think that's it for this month. All we've got to do is say a big thank you to all our sponsors. Obviously without them we couldn't offer the prizes that we do for everyone. But a big thank you to E-Models for sponsoring our multi-prize draws, S&M Stuff for sponsoring all our SiGs, MJR Models and Hobbies for sponsoring our GBs, and obviously Ultimate Model Products and Sales for sponsoring where and wherever we can and supplying prizes. Just to end it, a big thank you to everyone again. Thanks for your patience for last month where we didn't release a show, but we've got a few more videos coming out this month. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.